Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to peel back the layers on something that maybe sounds a bit dry at first. It's a legal document, but stick with us because as we explore this official record from India's Supreme Court, there's a really surprising turn. A question that goes way beyond the case itself into, public policy and how we think about young people's development. So our source, it's an official record of proceedings. Supreme Court of India, dated August 12, 2025. It's about a specific case, petition for special leave to appeal, criminal, number 10915 of 2025.
Right.
The parties involved are listed as JUVENILE X, the petitioner, and the respondent is the State of U.P. That's Uttar Pradesh.
Exactly. And, while it starts as a criminal appeal, which usually keeps things pretty focused on the specific legal points of that case, what really caught our eye and why we're diving into this is an unexpected directive came from the bench. That was Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kumar and Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma.
Okay, so not something you'd typically expect in this kind of proceeding.
Not really, no. It's quite rare for a bench in a criminal matter, even the Supreme Court, to pivot quite like this, away from the immediate facts.
And that's where it gets interesting, right? This directive wasn't about, say, evidence or procedure in the JUVENILE X case. Instead, the court told the State of Uttar Pradesh they needed to submit, what's the term? An additional counter-affidavit reply.
Yes, basically a formal written response under oath.
And the question they had to answer was, well, it was about education.
Yeah.
Specifically, as to whether sex education is provided as a part of the curriculum in higher secondary schools within the State of Uttar Pradesh. Just like that.
It is quite extraordinary, isn't it? You have a criminal appeal, and suddenly the court's asking about the state's high school curriculum, and they didn't leave it hanging. They gave a reason. The court record states it was so that young adolescents are made aware of the hormonal changes that come with puberty and the consequences that may flow therefrom.
Wow. That's incredibly direct and powerful. It shows the court looking beyond just this one case, doesn't it? Thinking about the bigger picture, about maybe the societal factors or lack of awareness that might play a role in situations like the one that led to the appeal.
Exactly. It's looking systemically, not just reacting to an event, but probing potential preventative measures. Education as prevention, essentially.
And this isn't just a theoretical question. They want an answer. The case is scheduled again for September 10th, 2025. So presumably, they expect that affidavit by then.
That's the timeline, yes. And, this kind of query coming from the highest court, it sends ripples. It's subtle, maybe, but it can definitely influence how people think and talk about curriculum design, about public health campaigns related to adolescence.
So it's not just a legal point anymore.
No, it shows the judiciary kind of nudging a conversation about wider societal well-being. It connects the idea of justice for an individual with the health and development of young people more broadly.
It really shines a light on how judicial actions can sometimes push important public policy questions into the open, perhaps questions that weren't getting enough attention elsewhere.
Precisely. The court used its platform, in this specific instance, to highlight something fundamental about education and adolescent health.
It's a fascinating glimpse of justice acting almost as a catalyst for thinking about social change.
Which leads to a final thought, really, for you listening. What does it tell us about how we see the role of the judiciary when its work intersects so directly with education, with public health? When a single case concerning JUVENILE X prompts a national-level court to ask about sex education for all adolescents in a state, focusing on awareness and preventing negative consequences, it really pushes us to think about justice not just as punishment or resolution, but maybe also as encompassing foresight, prevention, and, the foundations of a healthy society. Makes you think, doesn't it?